What's up, y'all? I recently got back from Fingerboard Con in Tewksbury, Massachusetts. I also went to Flat Face Fingerboards for Rendezvous in Draycott, Massachusetts, and I bought some stuff, and I figured I would do a little fingerboard weekend haul for you. Before I dive in, I just want to give a huge shout out to everybody that I got to see while I was out there, whether I met you for the first time or we knew each other and met before. I had a blast. It was so much fun getting to hang out and fingerboard and just catch up on life, and I'm very grateful that I got the chance to go for the second consecutive year. Also, a huge shout out to Danny and Matt for making the 16.5-hour drive with me, not once, but twice. It was really fun just chopping it up and listening to podcasts, and while it was tiring at times, it was worth the journey. So huge shout out to you guys for coming with. All right, let's dive in. First, I'm going to start with decks. So while I was there, I picked up a 32 millimeter regular device. If you've been following me on social media, you know my red 31.5 millimeter device is pretty shredded, and so I thought it was time to replace that with this crispy green device graphic. Shout out to Zegheads for carrying this, and if you haven't tried a device yet, I recommend it. Next, we have this 32 millimeter Seiko in his high mold. I have been following Seiko on Instagram. Every weekend they meet up and film and edit for Seiko Sundays, and I'm just so envious of that group of people that make it regular. And it was really cool to be able to meet them and also pick up one of their boards. This thing rides fantastic, and if you haven't had a Seiko deck before, I recommend grabbing one. This right here is the Teak Sessions Fingerboard Con graphic board. It's a 34 millimeter, not purchasing it to skate it. This is more of a memoir or a collectible for me to look back on my time and remember how much fun it was. This right here is a 32 millimeter deck from 6050. It is 100% 3D printed, but the plies were all printed separately. So it's got a range of different plies, just like a normal wood fingerboard. The shaping is really great. The countersinks look really nice. I really do enjoy this green graphic, and for $15, I think it's going to be a really usable and solid board. So stay tuned for maybe a little video on setting this guy up and skating it. I also picked up a 32 millimeter Witch County Spellcasters board. I got to meet ET in person, finally. ET is such a great human being. He makes high quality boards. He's got a really talented team riding for Witch County, and he's been detrimental in my journey for creating fingerboards. So huge shout out to ET. I'm so stoked on this Witch County, and I can't wait to get it set up. Then the last board I got is actually a pressed board from the homie and team rider Void. Void started practicing making boards. His shapers are all hand shaped, so he gave me this pressed board, and I'm actually gonna finish it up. I'm gonna countersink it, and then I'll probably use one of my shapers to make it into an actual usable fingerboard. So shout out Void, love you buddy, thank you for this. Next thing I'm going to talk about are some trucks that I purchased. So I did get my hands on a used set of 32 millimeter dynamics. Shout out Paulie for these. Really like the dynamics. I have been skating the Joy Cult Jindies. The problem though is that I think, even though I love how they feel, I think that they are too high for me. And that came about at Fingerboard Con weekend because I was playing skate with a few people and I couldn't do anything switch. I've really been struggling with my switch and nollie tricks, and it's because I'm not making contact when popping with the ground, and it's got a lot to do with the travel space between the tail and the surface for me. I switched over to a set of dynamics I had brought, and just like that, everything kind of came back. So I decided that I'm not gonna main the Jindies, and I will just keep a pair for the aesthetics and the skateboard culture, and maybe set them up on a cruiser. But I'm probably gonna switch to either dynamics or I just dropped one. Either switch to dynamics or deli. The second set of trucks that I got, which are currently on this device, are the V2 trucks from Deli. If you haven't heard about these, they sit a little bit higher, I believe 0.7 millimeters higher than the original Delis, and the wheelbase changed by, I believe, 0.5. They are the raw hangers with the black base plates, stock tuning. I am really loving these trucks. First impressions are super high, and I may or may not decide to main these trucks. Still kind of working through it, but super excited to have these, and definitely recommend you picking them up when he releases them on the site. I only bought 2 sets of trucks, which was pretty nice, but what I also got are somewhat truck related. The first thing are these Fingerboard Con Teak Bubble Bushings. Big fan of them. They are a green and yellow tie-dye blend. I put these in some dynamics that I set up on the Seiko, and I'm a huge fan of this tuning. Feels fantastic and looks really cool. The second thing related to trucks that I got is I picked up some 3D printed risers from the homie Sydney at Deli. I had a feeling I was gonna like his V2 trucks, and because they bring them up a little bit, I figured I would get some of his riser pads to put on the V1 Delis that I have, to see if raising them up a little bit makes them feel similar. They're not gonna be exactly the same because the V2s have a different wheelbase than the V1s, but if I can get them to sit maybe just a little higher using these riser pads, it might be a truck that I can continue running comfortably on a couple of my setups. I also got this set of mud season riser pads as well. I was skating a park at Fingerboard Con, and someone came up to me and introduced themselves to me. It was mud season, and he gave me a set of 3D printed risers that he uses for me to try out. So looking forward to playing with those two. Next, I'm going to talk to you about 2 sets of wheels that I got. The first set of wheels I didn't purchase. I got them from Danny Wang, and they are a set of cartwheels in this really cool tan color with blue horse. I forget the exact model at the time of recording this, but I'll hit up Danny and ask him what they're called again and put the exact model in the corner right here. But these are a plastic wheel that I am really enjoying. The next set of wheels I have set up on the new device with the new Delis are a pair of tan G4s from Flatface. As you can see, I am pursuing plastic wheels. I think those are the wheels for me, and everybody has recommended G4s, and so I'm super stoked to have a set of G4s now. And on this device, they ride so smooth and they work really well. I'm loving this setup, and dare I say this might be the preference going forward, but again, just got them and we'll see. The item that I am most excited about getting this trip is the new Your Shop V2 case. This case is so rad, and I'm not just saying that because I ride for Your. Not only does it feature an insert for your phone, so when you're on the go and you want to film, you have a tripod, but it also has cutout brick session that can be grinded as a ledge. That sounds extremely satisfying. It has storage for 1 and 2 completes, your wheels, trucks, miscellaneous stuff, and then this comes open to stash some grip tape in there. So a really versatile case. There were moments during Fingerboard Con where it was super crowded where the parks were, and I found myself just sitting at a table in the lobby skating this and having a lot of fun. This is a fantastic case. Yeah, great obstacle. Last items that I got at Fingerboard Con were some obstacles. Both obstacles are from Teak and or Session. and I'm excited to show you them. The first one is this teak L rail. Now, I have an L rail that is black from a company that I've never heard of, and I knew I wanted to get the new teak L rail when it dropped because they made it a little bit longer, but they also made the gap in between the top bar and the bottom bar a little taller so that you could grind in both the top and bottom, as well as do combos going from the top to the bottom. I am super excited to get this set up and skate it. It came with grip tape that was cut out perfect for the circle bottom feet, and I'm just super pumped to have this one. The last obstacle I kind of slept on. That is the Sessions park bench here in the blue color. They also had green for Fingerboard Con, but I just felt like the light blue looked more aesthetically pleasing. I slept on these benches because when you look at them online, they seem like a pretty basic ledge, nothing crazy about them, wood, and then this top. But in person, it's a different story. It's actually a really high quality and aesthetically pleasing bench. There are intentional stain and or burn marks on all the sides that really make it stand out from the lighter ply. It's got the Session antique laser engraved on each of the legs. And then this part of the park bench is like a 3D printed polymer or maybe some type of plastic. So not only does it slide really good, but it's relatively quiet, which is nice if you're fingerboarding in a spot that doesn't, or that requires you to be on the quieter side. I also think it's a perfect height, really solid length, and I have a feeling these might be replacing my dynamic park benches, mainly because the dynamic park benches have metal feet that aren't as wide, and when you put sticky tack on them, they just cut the sticky tack right in half and start sliding again. So really excited about this. Don't be surprised if you see me skating this in a lot of clips going forward. Should probably mention that I got a ton of sticker slaps as well, which I'm a big fan of stickers. Okay, I'm not gonna yap more than I need to. This was the haul that I got. Nothing super rare or super crazy, just things that I personally am interested in, and I am super excited about it. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Otherwise, like and subscribe or whatever.